Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we're back with another offseason rebuild, and today we have the Charlotte Hornets. Last year was yet another down season for Charlotte. They went 27-55. They did end up with the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Obviously went ahead and took Brandon Miller. There's some big things going on with this franchise right now. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the majority owner of this team. He's now sold his share in the team, and he's no longer in charge. So I believe the last move he actually made was drafting Brandon Miller. So going to be interesting to see if that's the correct pick in the long run. But obviously here today, we kind of have our work cut out for us. We have to kind of turn this team around, hopefully bring them a championship. So yeah, as I mentioned, this Hornets team's obviously going through a rebuild right now. They're in a very interesting period for their franchise. And yeah, they're by no means are they a contender or anything like that. So we're definitely going to have some things to do today. But before we do get into this one, let me know any other video ideas you guys do have down below in the comment section. And other than that, man, I say it every video. This time in the NBA offseason could not be more dead. We are waiting on trades to happen and bunch of different other things. But right now we're dead, so we're doing the offseason rebuild. I know you guys have ideas. Let me know them down below in the comment section. But before we do that, we got to get into this one, man. Let's hope we can turn this Hornets franchise around, get them a championship. We'll go ahead and we'll go over the roster quickly before we get into year number 1. We're not 100% sure if there's going to be a big trade or anything like that before the start of the first season, but we'll go over this roster right now, what it looks like. And yeah, I guess I'll give you my thoughts. So LaMelo Ball, he's the best player on this team. He's kind of their franchise piece. He's the guy they've been building around. He had injury last year, obviously sucks to see. But yeah, I mean, he signed like a max extension with this team, which as you can see is not updated yet. I can't edit contracts in the offseason. That's the first thing I'll do when we do sim up to next season. So we'll go from there. But yeah, no plans on moving LaMelo Ball. Taylor Malden is here. He's only 22 years old. He's a decent depth piece in terms of the point guard spot. We're going to see if I end up keeping him as a backup for a long term. It's TBD. Nick Smith Jr. out of Arkansas, I believe. Yes, he was. And yeah, he went 27th overall to them. Again, if I can develop him, he could be a long-term backup point guard option. We're just going to have to see how everything kind of plays out. Scary Terry, one of my favorite Celtics of all time, again, is 29 years old, so the man is pushing 30. We don't know if he's going to be 100% my shooting guard throughout the majority or entirety, rather, of this video, but we will see. James Bouknight, I was super high on coming into the league, and yeah, I was wrong. He's not very good, to be honest with you. Bryce McGowan is here. Amari Bailey here as well. So, again, these are just guys that could potentially be depth pieces for us at some point in time. Small forward spot. Obviously, a lot of different people have different opinions on Brandon Miller, whether he should have been the number 2 overall pick or not. Ultimately, the Hornets decided to go with fit. Brandon Miller, obviously, is kind of a position of need. Obviously, Gordon Hayward is a long-term small forward option for this team. And they hope that Brandon Miller kind of be a second star to pair up with LaMelo Ball. So, he progresses really well. 95-99 really. Percent chance will be my small forward throughout the entirety of this video. Gordon Hayward, sucks, man. He was just never the same after that injury. I wish things worked out with him and my Celtics a little bit better, but yeah, man, he's just never really been the same player, and honestly, he's not going to be here for a long time. And then Cody Martin's here. I mean, he's a decent depth piece for this team. He's 27, 75 overall. You can ignore the fact that Miles Bridges is on like a long-term deal. He accepted his qualifying offer technically with the Hornets, and that's just going to give him the opportunity to go to unrestricted free agency next year. They couldn't agree on an extension at this point in time. Obviously, he didn't play last year at all, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I'll probably update his contract, then we can maybe explore some free agency things with him next offseason, but he is an 83 overall. It's not bad. PJ Washington is technically a free agent right now in real life at the time I'm recording this video. We're just playing a hypothetical of what if and what if Charlotte brings him back. I gave him a 2-year deal, is what it is. JT Thor is here. And then the center spot's interesting because Mark Williams, I've done Hornets rebuilds in the past where he's been able to be my center the entirety of the video. He's developed pretty well, and I've had some where that hasn't been the case. So, again, we're going to go on kind of a year-to-year basis and see how everything works out there. Obviously, Nick Richards, Kai Jones, James Najee here as well. So that's the team. I think I might have 1 or 2 kind of smaller moves, but I don't really plan on anything major at this point. So I'll see you guys if I have a small trade. The Sacramento Kings want to give me a first-round pick in 2026 for Bryce McGowan. Now, obviously, we don't really need 4 shooting guards on this team. An unprotected first-round pick is something I'm going to take pretty much 10 times out of 10. So thank you, Bryce, for your time here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be here much longer. So obviously at this point, I think I'm just going to kind of roll with what, I genuinely believe this team will kind of look like next year. Again, I don't think Scary Terry's a long-term option as much as I love him. Again, I'm hoping Brandon Miller can progress. I'd say the same thing about Hayward that I did about Rozier. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. I mean, this is not going to be a contender or really even a good team next season, but I mean, maybe there's another small trade. I mean, like, oh shit. Lost my connection. Okay, I'll be back, and I might have one more trade. Our final trade is going to be this one here, the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to send them James Najee for a future first-round pick in Lindell Wigington. Now, Wigington's not going to make the roster. We actually have 16 players on this team right now. Obviously, we can only have 15 going into the season. So, getting a first-round pick is good with me, and then we're just going to probably release Wigington. I don't really see a reason. I mean, unless anybody wants to give me, like, any sort of second-round pick or something, I don't know. I mean, if I see a draft pick here, I'll take. Okay, actually, thanks very much. All right, I'll see you guys at the rotation. It's now the start of year one for us here in Charlotte. We went ahead and we've updated this rotation the way I think it's going to work out best. Now, that's not me saying that we're going to be a playoff team. Let's be honest with each other. We're probably not a playoff team right now, but we have set ourselves up for some potential future success, and I really like the way this team's looking. Now, a couple notes. I did update LaMelo Ball's contract extension. Now, it's not technically accurate. This is actually the most amount of money I can actually give him. It doesn't let me go any higher than that in terms of annual value, so that's kind of what it has to be right now. It's not going to be able to work like that until 2K24. For Miles Bridges, now, obviously in real life, he accepted his qualifying offer. Let's just be honest with each other. Even if I edited this and gave him the one-year deal, I'm just going to re-sign him anyways. We're just delaying another step in the inevitable at this point. So this hypothetical, again, not a realistic rebuild. We went ahead and we signed him to an extension. Hopefully everybody's okay with that. It's LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Brandon Miller, obviously Miles Bridges, and then Mark Williams as a starting five. The bench unit, it's okay. It's going to be Gordon Hayward, Nick Richards, PJ Washington, Amari Bailey, and then James Bouknight. So, I mean, again, I don't love this rotation. Also, this is not supposed to be Amari Bailey. Whoops. I fucked that up. This is supposed to be Nick Smith Jr. My mistake, wrong player, but Nick Smith Jr. is who I wanted to get minutes at the backup point guard spot, and then Bouknight. I'm going with him over Malden just because I think, again, there's a little bit more potential there. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But this is the team for now. I don't know exactly how this team's going to kind of play, but I feel like we can be anywhere from like a playing team to maybe bottom of the East. So we will see. See you guys at the end of year one. Year one comes to a close, and let me say this. I'm not surprised, but I'm a little disappointed. 27-55, I believe that's actually the exact same record that the Hornets had this past season in real life. Obviously, that's not great to see. And Trae Young wins MVP. Victor Wembanyama, Rookie of the Year. CP3, Sixth Man. Mobley's your depoy. Garland, Most Improved. Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year. 63 wins there in Atlanta. So let's take a full look at the standings right now. What did we finish as? Dead last in the East. Worst record in basketball. Not exactly what we were hoping for. We were hoping this season had a little bit of promise. Obviously, that was not the case. LaMelo Ball was fantastic. Brandon Miller was solid for us. Terry wasn't bad. Bridges, I mean, I know Bridges has it in him to like be a 20-point per game scorer. That's just necessarily kind of what I'm looking for. I need this. I need 21, 22. Mark Williams, not bad. He's around a double-double. Gordon Hayward, I think his best years are definitely behind him. Nick Smith, for, kind of the minutes he got, it's not terrible. We'll see. I mean, obviously, there's going to have to be a move at some point in time, whether it's this offseason, the next one, whatever it may be. We will probably get there, but obviously there is some big decisions to be made this offseason nonetheless. So it is going to be a Suns and a Hawks finals. Let's sim through this real quick. And the Atlanta Hawks win it all. Trae Young wins the regular season MVP and then a finals MVP. 7-game series. Impressive. All right, so it is now time for, I guess, our full first offseason. Obviously, we had last offseason, but we didn't really have full control of that. And we don't have our draft pick. I forgot about that. Well, that sucks. Okay, that's a serious problem. Okay, what I need to do is I need to fact check this. I have no idea what trade it dates back to, but I just want to make sure there's no protections on it whatsoever. I'm going to look it up online, just make sure. If there is a protection, I'm going to give it back to myself, and I'll give them my pick next year. But I just want to make sure. Also, the Steve Clifford era here is probably over. Feels like a good day to go out and get Mike Stauffer. Okay, maybe not. Anybody else here? Not really Doc Rivers. I mean, who are some of the other guys here? Jacques Vaughn. Oh, good Lord. This is not a fun list. Oh, man. Okay, you know what? I'll find us a head coach. Let me check the draft pick as well. I'll be back. So I'm glad I looked this up because the protections obviously are not here and they're not implemented in 2K, but this pick does have protections on it. Let's see. 2024 first-round draft pick to San Antonio. Charlotte's first-round pick to San Antonio protected for selections 1 through 14 in 2024 and 1 through 14 in 2025. As you can see, what I'm doing right here is I'm just sending them my lottery-protected pick next year. If it ends up being in the lottery again, obviously we'll get it back. They'll have a future first after that. You understand how it works. But we do have our own first-round pick this year. which is good because we definitely needed that. Now I'm going to turn off trade override, and I'll see you guys with our new head coach. We're going out and we're signing Billy Donovan as our new head coach. Obviously an experienced coach, and he has pretty good ratings. I think it's worth giving him a shot here. So let's head up to the draft. Obviously now with a top 4 selection, this is good. It does suck that we fell in the lottery because, we have the worst record in all of basketball. But nonetheless, I am excited about the potential of whoever we do end up drafting here. So there's obviously some selections. If we're thinking position of need, I would not mind maybe making an upgrade at the shooting guard spot. Now, that being said, we look at the options here. You're not seeing a lot of shooting guards. I mean, I know maybe I can move Justin Edwards there, maybe even Buzelis if I were able to get him. Williams, maybe Mbako. I mean, I don't know. It really all depends what ends up happening. I'm also not opposed to potentially moving the pick as well. So we're not 100% certain on what is going to come next, but I'll leave this to you guys with the trade or in the draft. Not exactly the trade I was expecting, and obviously we are kind of all set at our point guard spot, but De'Aaron Fox is a huge upgrade in this backcourt, no matter which way you shake it. So I'm going to move LaMelo Ball to the shooting guard spot. I know he's obviously a guy that can put up double-digit assists, but De'Aaron Fox is an absolutely incredible player, and I'm very excited to have him here. So it is a little strange, but LaMelo's definitely got the size to be a shooting guard at 6'7", so he's probably going to go down in overall. He actually goes down 2, which kind of sucks to see, but it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not terribly worried about it. I think here in 2K especially, it should work out fine. De'Aaron Fox was by far the best offer we got in terms of that draft pick. So let's look at some of our other assets. We have 15 and 28 in round 2. I don't really need these right now, so we're not going to draft anybody. There's obviously a lot of young talent on this team already. We look at team player options. I'm just going to bring everybody back, obviously in an unrealistic rebuild. I'm not necessarily worried about bringing guys back on minimum contracts. For Teo Malden, I think Nick Smith Jr. played well enough for us last year to the point where I really don't have to be worried about crazy depth. So Malden's probably going to get moved. I'm not going to qualify him. I don't really think it's necessary. I'm comfortable with Nick Smith Jr. All right, so Gordon Hayward's a free agent, which, again, I don't know if I'm really going to be exploring bringing him back. We will see. And then the shooting guard spot's interesting. I think Book Knight probably is on his final chance here for me. I mean, the man went 11th overall in 2021. And quite honestly, I have not been impressed with what I've seen. So we're probably going to give him minutes next year just because I don't, again, think we're necessarily 100% contenders. But I'll give him one more shot and we'll go from there. In terms of the small forward spot, obviously Brandon Miller had an incredible rookie season for us. Not going anywhere. I don't know if I love Cody Martin as a backup piece, but we will see. And then the center spot, I'm good with Williams and Richards for now. And then so we might try to make one more upgrade somewhere, whether it's maybe the backup small forward spot, potentially maybe the backup point guard, but I am pretty happy with Nick Smith Jr., so let's see what we can do. We're pulling off a big deal here with the San Antonio Spurs. We're sending them Cody Martin, JT Thor, Kai Jones, and a future second for their unprotected first-round pick next year in Charles Bassey. Now, this San Antonio team has definitely gotten a little bit better than what they are right now. Obviously, Victor Wembanyama, they went ahead and drafted Matas Buzelis, but I really do think this is going to be a trade that can benefit us. Obviously, giving up rotation pieces for a potential top 5 pick is always worth it. So I'm happy with that deal. Obviously, we do need to find ourselves a new backup small forward at this point in time. I don't really need Charles Bassey, so whether I'm getting a draft pick or whatever it may be, I'll probably just make that trade. Thank you very much, Chicago. That's 2 first-round picks. And then right now, I don't necessarily think Amari Bailey's probably going to be a guy that stays on this roster. Now, I'm sure he can have success somewhere else, but here in 2K, it's just probably not going to work. And, yeah, I mean, in terms of what trade I want to do, ooh, that's a Robinson. I don't really need a center, though. I don't really love any of these deals, to be quite honest with you. Oh, okay. This is actually one that looks very nice. Okay, cool. So let's just sign a backup small forward. Could I bring back Hayward for a year? Honestly, why the hell not? I'll bring back Gordon Hayward. It's good to have veterans on a team, and I'm fine with that. So at this point in time, we're basically kind of all set. I don't really see any other major moves coming, so I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. We obviously made a pretty major trade this offseason. We acquired De'Aaron Fox from the Sacramento Kings. I am excited to see how he kind of fits in with LaMelo Ball and the rest of the starting 5, but nonetheless, he was a huge upgrade, and I'm very excited to have him here. He's going to be in the backcourt with LaMelo Ball. Followed by that is Brandon Miller, had a great rookie season for us. I am hoping that overall can go up at some point. That would be good to see. Obviously, Bridges still here at the 4, and then Mark Williams locking down that center spot. The bench unit's interesting for me. It's going to be P.J. Washington, Nick Richards, Gordon Hayward, Nick Smith Jr., and James Bouknight. So the bench really didn't change at all from last year. And again, I don't think our bench was great for us last year, and it could definitely be a focal point this offseason. As of now, we want to potentially cash in on some of the promise that Nick Smith Jr. at Bouknight maybe have, and then obviously you got a veteran here with Hayward a couple young pieces that have already developed pretty well in Washington and Richards. So excited to see how it works. I think this possibly could be a playoff team. I mean, time will tell. See you guys at the end of year 2. All right, so it was a promising second season for us. By no means was it some great and an awesome season, but 44-38, I will take that for a team that's obviously young, up and coming, and hopefully to make a little bit of noise in the playoffs. We will see. Darius Garland, MVP. I cannot pronounce this dude's name. Brandon, Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is R. Thompson. Victor Wembanyama is your depoy. Scoot Henderson, Most Improved. JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. So, all right, man. Let's take a full look at the standings right now, see where we end up, and yeah, we can see right here we're the 5 seed. So this is a playoff team, completely avoiding the play-in. We're gonna have the New York Knicks in round 1. I'm excited. I am. I think there's a lot of promise with this group. Here's a look at the numbers. LaMelo and De'Aaron Fox appear to be just an absolutely incredible backcourt together. Brandon Miller, really solid third option. Bridges is kind of taking a step back in the scoring. I mean, he's not necessarily playing horrible for us, but kind of is what it is at this point. Williams led us in rebounds, and then assists was LaMelo Ball. So I know who we're playing. It's going to be the New York Knicks. Let's take a look at this team. Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Barrett, Randall. You got Gafford here. All right, so no major changes besides Mitchell Robinson. And yeah, we're up 2-0 real quick. Make that 3-0, and make that a damn sweep in the first round. You love to see it. You truly do. Cleveland's a pain in the ass. We all know that. I would not be surprised if this was the end of our... Okay, hang with me for a damn set. Wow. I don't know if this team's better than I thought we are, or we're just getting really lucky. I don't care. We're in the Eastern Conference Finals right now, and we have not lost a damn game yet. Here's a look at the Celtics. They no longer have Jaylen Brown, but they've added DeJounte Murray, Jayshawn Tate, Robert Williams. Interesting team they got going on there. We actually lose our first playoff game finally, and we're down 2-1. We go down 3-1, and that is all she wrote. I mean, to be fair, we were not better than the Celtics, and we were also definitely not better than the Cleveland Cavaliers, but it is what it is. In Portland and Scoot Henderson kind of rubbing it in our faces a little bit. Maybe that should have been our draft pick, but Brandon Miller's been playing well for us, but Scoot Henderson did just win a Finals MVP. All right, it is time for offseason number 3, potentially the last offseason. We're going to go on a year-to-year basis and just kind of see what ends up happening. So we're not going to have our own pick. We potentially do have another pick, though. We are projected right now to have that pick at number 12 via San Antonio, so that's a possibility, and yeah, I think that's it, right? I don't really see anything else, so let's just sim through this real quick. And we end up right there at number 12, which honestly isn't too bad. Kind of is what it is. It definitely could be another trade piece for me. So, in terms of Billy Donovan, by no means do I think he's the greatest head coach in the world, but he obviously just coached us to an Eastern Conference Finals when we honestly probably should not have made it that far. So, he will be staying here. Let's head up and see what we got in terms of other assets. We also have 15 from the Jazz, and then 19 and 24 in round 2. So, if I'm going to make a major move, it's probably an upgrade for either a new backup point guard, potentially new backup shooting guard, whatever it may be, but I think it is time for a move, so let's see what we can find. We're making a trade here with the Brooklyn Nets. We're sending them Gordon Hayward, number 12 at number 15 for Cam Johnson, and pick number 13. Now, Johnson's going to come in. He's going to be my new backup small forward behind Brandon Miller. Let's be honest, at this point in time, anything's an upgrade over Gordon Hayward. So, very excited to have Johnson here. Excited to see how he kind of fits into this team. Potentially a new 6th man for us. We will see. In terms of the 13th overall selection, I quite honestly don't really know what I would even do with this pick. I mean, I don't know who we could draft right now that's going to have potential championship impact for us in just one season. So, I'll just do a trade here with, I don't fucking know. Not Phoenix. Oklahoma City, I feel like this Miami pick low-key could be valuable. So, we'll do that. We're not going to draft anybody else right now in terms of team player options. Williams, Miller, and Nick Smith Jr. all coming back. I know that Book Knight's going to be a free agent. It's an almost $9 million qualifying offer. And quite honestly, I'm not going to give it to him. Now, we haven't been playing him a ton of minutes, obviously, but still, I think there's an upgrade out there. And James Bouknight, his time here is probably over. So, any other free agents does not appear so. I mean, if we look at this team right now and kind of what we have to do, I know that P.J. Washington's an impending free agent. I have to make a decision whether or not I feel Mark Williams and Miles Bridges can be a championship front court for me. I mean, that's really what it's going to boil down to. Everything else in terms of our point guard, shooting guard, small forward is great. Everybody's been playing very, very well for us. But it really is going to come down to Bridges and Williams. But I think Williams has been fine. He's kind of been doing exactly what I kind of need in terms of a double-double. Bridges is kind of dove off a little bit. I mean, he's not even playing terrible. That three-point percentage isn't great, but I don't know. I mean, he's just trending kind of in the wrong direction, to be honest with you. So we'll see on that. I do want to get P.J. Washington back. I don't want to just let him go for nothing. He's a good rotation piece, but definitely going to have to be a decision made. So PJ Washington, how much you want? He wants about $7 million per year. That's fine by me. And then in terms of our new potential backup shooting guard, I don't really know exactly who that's going to be. I mean, I'll explore free agency, see who is possibly out there for me. I mean, let's just take a glance. Derek White, beautiful. Oh, what a tremendous signing right there. All right, Derek White, clear-cut upgrade over James Bouknight, good veteran piece on this team. So I might explore a Bridges trade. I don't think it's necessarily something we have to do, but I would be interested to kind of see just what the market looks like. So hang with me. If not, I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. If we truly want to go all in, I think we need a power forward upgrade, and Triple J would obviously be that. A defensive player of the year, really nice young player, and honestly, I would not mind moving on from Miles Bridges. He's not my favorite player anyways. So honestly, this could be the final year. I don't really know, so I mean, I'm willing to give up the draft picks. Also, it shouldn't cost as much to go out and get Triple J because he is an expiring deal, so I don't know. I will give up whatever it takes. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal, and they agree to that. So, obviously, a hefty price to pay, but a significant upgrade with Jaren Jackson Jr. here. I am very excited to see how he fits into this team. But other than that, we've made upgrades in the starting lineup. We've improved the bench. Everything is on the up and up. I'll see you guys at the start of potentially the third and final year. It's year 3 for us here in Charlotte. Last season, we made a pretty, I don't know if I want to say like surprising run to the Eastern Conference Finals, but it was kind of a Cinderella run, let's be honest with each other. So we made an Eastern Conference Finals last year. We went ahead and made a major move this offseason, adding Jaren Jackson Jr. We added 2 tremendous new bench pieces in Derek White and Cam Johnson. And overall, I'm really excited to kind of see this team in action. So De'Aaron Fox, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller's overall has not really gone up at all. And that's actually really shocking because he's played very well for us, but I don't know, strange to see. Triple J and then Mark Williams as our center. The bench unit is going to be Derek White taking over the 6-man spot, followed by Cam Johnson. Nick Smith Jr. is up to a 79 overall. You honestly love to see it. Nick Richards still here, and then PJ Washington. So I think this team's good enough. I mean, last year I didn't think we were even remotely close to good enough, but with new additions and progression, anything can happen. See you guys at the end of year 3. We get an MVP here at the end of year 3. LaMelo Ball, 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 11.5 assists per game. You truly do love to see it. We also went 69-13 on the year. Nice. But yeah, great team, great record, awesome MVP. Trey Johnson's your rookie of the year. Azar Thompson, 6th man. Victor Wembanyama, I believe that's the 2nd straight depoy. Amen Thompson, most improved, and Billy Donovan wins the coach of the year for us. So only thing left to do at this point is go out and win the damn thing. We had the best record in the East and the best record in all of basketball. Let's take a look at the numbers on the year, see who did what. Ball, Fox, Miller, Triple J, Nick Smith Jr. I mean, everything kind of the way I was expecting it. Rebounds was Williams, and assists LaMelo Ball. All right, we are a 1 seed, which is good. It is going to be us against the 76ers, who have Lonzo Ball. Oh, what the hell happened? Oh, good Lord. What the fuck happened in Philadelphia? Oh, boy. All right, we went in 5. Moving on to a Cleveland team that we beat last year. Now they've lost Donovan Mitchell, so also Evan Mobley's a 98 overall. Holy shit. But, I don't think it's crazy to say that we're better. I mean, they definitely got worse, and we definitely got better. So, I don't know. Call me crazy. We are in the East Finals, taking on the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham. Oh, my God. How does Anthony Edwards get here? That is absolutely insane. I mean, who did you even trade for him? Oh, that is just mind-blowing. I mean, that team scares the shit out of me. And maybe they shouldn't because we're up. Okay. I don't get it. I'll lose to, like, mediocre, like, subpar teams that have no business, like, being in the Eastern Conference Finals, and then I play that God squad and I sweep them? Okay. All right, it is going to be the Houston Rockets for us here in the NBA Finals. Here is a look at their team. Manuel Quickley is a new addition. Cam Whitmore looks like he's becoming the steal of the draft, honestly. What do you go, number 20? Yeah, he was number 20. All right, let's just sim through this real quick. I'm hoping we can win it all this year because I definitely think we have the talent to do so. We are up 3-1 right now. We are back in Charlotte for a potential closeout Game 5. And if everything stays like this, I think we're going to be wrapping it up and winning a championship here in just year 3. Okay, come on now. Don't blow that. Seriously? All right, see you in there. I'd rather not choke away this opportunity that we have because, yeah, I've seen some crazy shit happen in this when you don't do that. So, it looks like KPJ is at the charity stripe right now. He's going to be his 2nd free throw. It is up, and it is good. So, it is a 2-point deficit for us with 1:44 left here to go. I'm pretty content right now. I think we can probably get this done. I just have to play some pretty good 2K. So let's just do this because De'Aaron Fox is quick as hell. That should be a foul. Thank you. And, oh, that's 6 on Şengün. He fouls out. Also, did I see Cam Johnson trying to check in? I want the starters to stay in. First free throw for Fox is good. Who's coming out? No. What the fuck? I said starters. Oh, this game is just absolutely idiotic sometimes. All right, we go 2 for 2, tying the game. Minute 34 left here to go. I do not know why it pulled some starters after I click put starters in the game. Also, I do not know why Jabari Smith Jr. is their primary ball handler right now. That just does not seem like a smart decision. What do I know, though? Apparently it's... Oh, blocked... Oh, shit. Damn, I wanted that one. But good defense there from Triple J. Hopefully we're getting the guys that I actually want in right now. And yes, we are. Okay. I don't know. Who is... No, we did not. I want the fucking starters in the game. Why does this keep happening? Oh, that's insane. All right, as long as we have LaMelo and Fox in here, though, I think we should be good. And obviously Triple J in here as well. I just want Brandon Miller in. What in the hell is he doing? Okay, I ignore that. Let's just go back over here. LaMelo's got 25, 5, and 13 on the night. And just right by him, just easy to the cup. And it gives us the lead with a minute to go. And we are on the verge of a quick gentleman sweep here in the NBA Finals. I do not know why Jabari Smith Jr. keeps taking the ball up the court. It just doesn't really feel like a smart move, but okay. Gets into Cam Johnson, gets the foul. Cam Johnson's coming out anyways. I want Brandon Miller in. I want to go ahead and get Mark Williams back in. I think it makes the most sense for me. So free throws coming up here. Hits the first one. Hopefully we get our guys back in right now, right? No. Am I losing my fucking shit? How many times have I hit starters? Right? Like, I'm not losing my mind. Am I? I don't know. I do not know. Oh, so now they come up. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. All right, we are tied at 108 here. 50 seconds left to go here in Game 5. Give me the pick, Triple J. Let's run the pick and roll with you. Back down to the rim. That's not exactly what I was looking for, but he gets it to go anyways. Big basket. That is a huge one right there. All right, let's just go up to LaMelo Ball here because I do not want to play on-ball defense with a power forward at the top of the key. That just does not feel like a smart thing to do in the situation with... what the... Nope, let it go. Let it go. What the hell was that? I don't even understand that. They're probably going to play the foul game at this point. I want to go ahead. Okay, so Brandon Miller's checking back in. And, yeah, whatever at this point. I want to make sure that I get LaMelo Ball because I want to be able to shoot free throws with him. De'Aaron Fox's release is just a little too quick for me. And give me the goddamn ball. What is happening? Oh, my God, this game today, man, is okay. They foul immediately, which means, obviously, LaMelo's going the free throw line. We hit 2 here, it's basically over. I mean, that's basically all she wrote at that point. Obviously, some big ones coming up for me. First free throw up. It is good. Okay, which makes it a 3-point game. So they can't take the lead unless we do something completely idiotic, like foul on a 3-point shot that goes in. Second one up. Second one is good. Yeah, okay, I was going to say, I'm surprised they haven't taken a timeout, but they take it right there. Makes sense, and yeah, I mean, I'm just going to put the starters in the game. I mean, it just makes the most sense to me. I don't know why Cam Johnson's listed as a starter. He has not been starting. I don't know. Looks like Williams fouled out, so Nick Richards is going to have to stay in, but that's fine. It's not too big of a deal. Okay. I am a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous right now, but I'm feeling good. I don't think we have to worry about anything. We shouldn't be stressing. Try to deny ball here with Nick Richards a little bit. Looks like they've been trying to force the issue almost to Jabari Smith Jr. I don't really know why, but yeah, they're going to kick it in here to Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know what the hell he... Oh my God, Jaren Jackson Jr., I love you. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. We hit a couple free throws here. That's all she wrote. First one up. First one is good, and yeah, I mean, that's basically it at this point. I cannot believe that was a sick block. Absolutely insane. This team's going to win it all. I'll see you guys at the Finals MVP. We end up winning it all here in our third and final season. LaMelo Ball is your Finals MVP. Now, I know earlier in this video I didn't mention whether this was going to be 3-year, 4-year, 5-year rebuild, and honestly, it's because I didn't know. I was literally playing it year to year, and if the team won one, I was just going to end it there. I mean, it's kind of as simple as it gets. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with some of these teams that are rebuilding and we have to do, videos for still. I mean, obviously some of the really good teams like top of the top contenders are going to be straight up 3 years, but I think this is actually a pretty good way to do it. And obviously, if I don't win a championship within 5 years, we have a bigger problem to worry about. But this was a really fun Hornets team. We obviously put together a super great team. And yeah, man, basically 70-win season, a championship where I only think we lost like 2 or 3 playoff games. So super fun video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comments section. Of course, you guys are new around here. We'd love to have you here in the community. Hit that sub button. Stick around a while. But other than that, man, I enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys did as well. As always, thanks so much for watching. Love you guys. Catch you guys all in the next one.